Tremendous game in prospect then tonight at Headingley as Leeds seek to go to the top of Super League for the first time since the competition was changed to summer rugby. A tremendous game in prospect. Leeds, of course, fresh from that defeat of Bradford Bulls last week, which was really set the season off at Headingley. And of course Castleford coming in already victors in the cup this season, so they'll be thinking that they can put one over on the Rhinos tonight. The Rhinos, they've worked very hard this week in training, well fired up for this game, and they realise that they've got to watch them two players in the middle of the field there right at the moment, Francis Maloney and Brad Davis. They're the keys to the Castleford attack this afternoon. If they can close the forwards down, close the halfbacks down, then I'm sure that that will be a good job well done as far as the Rhinos are concerned. I'll run through the teams for you now. For Castleford, Flowers is at fullback, Gay, Mather, Critchley and Wells. Maloney and Davis are the halves, Samson, Russell, Sykes, Schick, Smith and Voles. And on the interchange bench we've got McKell, Harland, Ford and Orr. And the coach, of course, is none other than Stuart Raper. Stuart, I know, very keen to put one over on Leeds tonight. Felt that Castleford were the better side in the cup competition, which is disputed by Graham Murray, but he'll be looking to try and create that winning run that he's got here. Of course, Castleford not lost here since the beginning of the season. They won in the cup match and they also drew in the pre-season friendly. Well, the Rhinos line up with Iestyn Harris at fullback, Sterling, Blackmore, Gordon, Cummins the three quarters, Kemp and Sheridan the halves, Masella, Newton and Fleary, Farrell, Glanville the pack, and Allroyd, Darryl Powell, Jamie Matthew and Marcus St-Hilaire are the substitutes. Of course, is Graham Murray. So immediately we've got a first scrum forming the ball going out from the restart, so Leeds will have first head and ball and first run with the football. And very important in these early stages for Leeds to show the same kind of committed defence. Stuart Raper was saying that he was a bit concerned about the Leeds defence, felt it was a bit over the top at times, but Leeds, Graham Murray, not too happy with that. Says Leeds don't do anything wrong, they just take it up and hit you hard. That's what Graham's been working on since he came. And Leeds moving the ball up then with Mark Glanville. Glanville gets up to the 20-metre line before he's brought down. Newton's in at dummy half. Expect to see a change after about 25 minutes, I think, with Ryan Sheridan moving to hooker and Graham Allroyd coming off the bench. Newton again moves the ball back inside for Martin Masella, and the Leeds 5-6, if you count everyone in the pack, had an absolutely tremendous game at Bradford Bulls last week. And Kemp, whose kicking game is superb at the moment, just bobs the ball back over for John Wells to run out. He'll have to get that again. He's in goal. That's good play from Leeds, good chase as well. And Wells, he's got plenty of pace and could certainly cause Leeds trouble tonight. Quickly up there, good chase from Blackmore, and Wells gingerly gets to his feet, and slight problem there, looks like ankle problem, as Leeds again chasing. And this was a facet of their play last week against Bradford Bulls, that they chased and harried and kept Bradford penned down in their own three-quarters area all the time. That's good defence again there from Sheridan and Glanville, and again Fleary's in now for one of his spectacular big hits. Again with Mark Glanville, a man who does all the work, all the dirty work as it is down there. And I think Leeds have been pulled for a penalty there. Darren Fleary judged to be a little bit too high, and that's disappointing. Fifth tackle. Leeds have done the hard work, and now they'll be forced to have another spell on defence. So Castleford then will, with Brad Davis, will be looking to push the ball out. And that finds touch up against our commentary position. And Stuart Cummins just signals that that has indeed found touch just on halfway. Richard Russell tops the football. Brings Andrew Schick on the burst. Well, this is a good test of the Leeds defence early on in the count here. Good driving again from Sampson. That's good play from Dean Sampson. Took 2 or 3 tacklers with him there. Switching direction of play. Adrian Voles, he's very much the danger man as well for Castleford. That midfield triangle of Voles, Davis and Maloney expected to work the Oracle tonight, and there we have one just dropping off inside. That's Michael Smith, the big Kiwi, brought down inside the Leeds quarter. That's the red zone. The ball comes along the field now. Maloney just dummying to go himself. Great defence though there from Ryan Sheridan. Read the play very well, and Glanville again moving across, covering. Sheridan again puts the pressure on Davis for the kick. The ball goes back, and that's picked up by Leeds on the bounce. And poor mistake there from Castleford, just harried by Ryan Sheridan, not able to get his kick in Brad Davis. So Brad Godden moving the ball away for Leeds. And Wells has had to leave the field for Castleford, so they've already got a substitution on. And again, both sets of defences on top at the moment. Oh, and a poor pass there, well picked up by Kemp. Puts Blackmore, little double, dabs the ball through for Sterling to chase, and Sterling, a master chaser of lost causes, and that's a mistake there. Good play from Leeds, forcing the mistake there from Jason Flowers. Not a lot he could do about it. It was kicked on by Paul Sterling, and Jason Flowers just couldn't pick the ball up. It was kicked with such force that he spilled the ball, so Leeds will have a good chance of an attacking position here with head and feet at this scrum. Samson just instructing his forwards to calm it down. It's early doors yet, both sides still testing themselves out. And Sheridan fetches the football. So Leeds then head and ball. And Glanville just picks the ball up. That's giving Sheridan the extra man there, and a clever switch of play brings Kemp in. Kemp is moving Harris round on the outside. Harris stepping off his right foot, off his left. Back for Sheridan again, and Sheridan brought down though. Good defence, Lee Harlan, former Leeds man, in quickly. Masella driving forward up to that 20-metre mark. That's good play from Leeds. We're looking to set position up here, and Darren Flaherty now, and he's put the ball down. In fact, it's Anthony Farrell. He just puts the ball down, took his eye off the ball, and Leeds set in a good position. So Castleford can relax a little bit there, but not too much, because I'm sure that the Leeds defence will be up fully in the face as soon as this ball comes out of the scrum. Flowers is the man who's tackled by Godden and Kemp. Kemp, of course, keen to put one over on his former club tonight. Maloney brought down. Andrew Schick, big second row man, of course, scored the try that put Leeds out of the Challenge Cup from the last kick of the match. Samson is going forward again. Great defence coming in there from Teddy Newton and Darren Flaherty. The ball back, Davis. Knocking men down, Leeds. That's good defence, and the kick comes in from Schick. That's a kick that Harris can feel relatively safely around his 20-metre mark and step his way another 10 metres forward. So Castleford kicks so far not having the ascendancy that Leeds have had. Seen two Castleford mistakes from kicks. Glanville now just looking to ease his way forward. Looks again to get Cummins away, but good defence from big BJ Mather. Flaherty just drives forward with the football, and that's the pattern of this game as we come into it. We've been playing about 6 minutes now, and Leeds still with no points to show for a little bit of pressure that they've put on, and Castleford have had no pressure whatsoever in the Leeds quarter. And Blackmore again dabs a kick through, and it's going towards the corner. Great chase again from Leeds, and that's got Jason Flowers as he managed to get out of the tackle. That's great running from Flowers, gets out of it, evades the tackle of Tony Kemp. Blackmore coming around, knocks him down with Sterling. It's Richard Gay now. Again, there's nowhere for Gay to go because there's good defence coming in from Masella. Morley, Masella again in at the tackle. It's 3 tackles that Castleford have had down on their own quarter line. Nathan Sykes. Castleford have put the ball down. The big Kiwi Michael Smith took his hands off that. Again, it'll be no advantage to Leeds, so there'll be a head and ball at the scrum to the Rhinos. 7 minutes gone then. And the Leeds on-field fitness team just bringing on the water, and there's no doubt the off-field instructions as Sheridan again looks to put the ball in the scrum. This time Glanville again picks up, and Sheridan makes extra man on the outside. Harris brings him in immediately. That's good thinking from Leeds, certainly starting to think. And a high tackle coming in there. Well, that was really high on from Richard Gay on Francis Cummins. Cummins thankfully is okay, but it was a real step inside, and I'll stick my arm out one and hang it out to dry. The referee having a word with the touch judge. Stuart Cummins was the referee, of course, when Leeds played at Bradford last week, and I know Graham Murray was absolutely delighted that Stuart Cummins was referee again this evening. Felt that perhaps Stuart Rape was trying to gain some form of advantage over the referee. When he made his remarks in the paper, but he's delighted that the referee Stuart Cummins, and Stuart Cummins I think is placing this incident on report, and we'll see whether Richard Gay has any case to answer when it comes up before the disciplinary next week. So it looked a high tackle, but Francis Cummins was straight up to his feet, and Leeds quickly attacked through the penalty. And it's going to be Kemp now. Kemp to find Fleary, and Fleary almost up to the 20-metre mark. That's the 20-metre mark you can see there in the play. Glanville stepping, looking, turns around, gets Newton away. Newton's put the ball down on the floor, but well picked up by Leeds. And struggling to get his pass away there to Newton. I think his arm was just knocked as he offloaded. Kemp again. And in Morley on the burst. Morley gets the good ball away to Blackmore. This is good play from Leeds. But great tackling from the Tigers, from Francis Maloney in there. Glanville just dummies, goes himself, takes play into that quarter mark. Kemp, long ball out there, and Sheridan looked to come back inside. There was really no one in the right spot for Ryan Sheridan. And Kemp will put the bomb up this time. Crossfield kick, no doubt. And it's going to be chased by Paul Sterling on that far side as always. The ball comes loose and Leeds have it again. Sterling knocking it backwards. 6 more tackles, says the referee. That's good thinking from Leeds. Sterling realised he couldn't pick the ball up, so he just knocked it backwards, settled it down. Kemp spins, goes himself, changes the way. Fleary opening up, that's the Leeds post. The Castleford post, should have said, right underneath the post. Leeds then in on the action. Here we come Newton from Moonwall to his right. Glanville, Masella stepping forward within a metre of the line, so there could be something here for Leeds. They've put a lot of pressure on these opening stages. Blackmore again. Glanville just goes himself, now gets it away to Fleary. There's a gap there for Fleary. Can he go? He's going. Oh, he's pulled back just a metre short. Good play from Leeds. Morley in at dummy half and finds Kemp on the angle run there. That's good play. Newton slips the ball, tries to slip it round the man to Ryan Sheridan, but that's knocked down by Castleford. And Castleford have the possession. Referee said that the play went back, and Morley comes in and cleans up there. Good defence on Brad Davis. Richard Gay. Signed as a fullback from Hull, has played very little football in that position for the Tigers. He's played mainly on the wing since he came. Been a good signing for John Joyner's signings at Castleford. Mather plays the ball. Richard Russell bringing Lee Ireland on the burst, and he won't fancy that there because that hit man Darren Fleary and Mary Masella in on him there. And immediately some concern shown there over an injury to Richard Russell. Russell's down and looks in some agony there on the floor, and immediately the Castleford players immediately shouted over. It looks like it's a serious injury to Richard Russell. The stretcher looks like it's coming on. Stuart Cummins stops the clock on about the 11th minute, and indeed it is a sad side, a stretcher coming on at Headingley. Well, nothing in the tackle whatsoever. It just looked a pretty ordinary sort of a tackle. Darren Fleary and Mary Masella, the hitmen, were involved again, and Richard Russell looks to be in some discomfort on the ground, and always a sad sight to see, a stretcher coming on for a player. And there seems to be some concern over his right leg, and let's hope that's not a serious injury. It looks like they're about to tape his legs together, which never really does look very good. So we'll just see Richard Russell. He looks in some severe discomfort there. Just closer in on him, and they are definitely taping his legs together, so it looks a serious, nasty injury to Richard Russell. And Russell is about to be put onto the stretcher. He's trying to sit up himself, so perhaps that's a good sign. The stretcher, that's the 3rd time it's been turned round. I think the can work out which is the head and the foot part of the stretcher. Well, Stuart Cummins watches over then as Richard Russell is carried from the field. That's a big blow to Castle, but of course they do have a ready-made replacement in Danny Orr on the bench. Just Seamus McCallie and the Leeds physio just also involved there, just making sure that everything's all right. There's a round of applause from Teddy Newton for the Cass hooker. Well, that'll be disappointing for Castleford, and Sampson will play the football and bring Danny Orr into dummy half. And we'll wait until the player goes completely off the field. So Orlin moves the ball to his left, and a kick comes in from Andrew Schick on the last tackle. Down the field for Leeds to chase. It sits up well there for Iestyn Harris, who takes it on the bounce. Finds Sterling. Sterling running across his own 20-metre line, looking for a way through. Good defence again. Nathan Sykes. Godden. Tough customer, Brad Godden, settling well at Leeds. Still feeling his feet in the English game, but he's done very well. Adrian Morley, what a player he's becoming lately, Adrian Morley. Just no holding him at the moment on attack or defence. Looks the best second row in the game by miles from Marcella. Just working the ball forward. Leeds will take nothing. It's a chance they'll do. You'd expect in these circumstances, drive the ball up for the position, and no doubt one of Tony Kemp's special kicks that seem to stop in the in-goal area will have Castleford scrambling back for it. And a good chase essential. Kemp moves the ball back inside to Morley, and Morley sipping his way through, and I think the ball put down there by Leeds was Fowler, who couldn't take the pass from Morley. Now Castleford, now they have a chance to put some pressure on Leeds and try and bring the ball away from their own half. Voles is in it loose forward, steps, goes himself from dummy half. Brought down by Kemp and Blackmore, the two former Castleford players working in tandem. Flowers goes down the touchline side, always dangerous. Stuart, Jason Flowers, always likely to win the game for Castleford, as he's done many times in the past. Always seems to be Flowers who has the ball in his hands and in a late situation in the game when it needs winning. The ball skimming along the floor, eventually Maloney finds Michael Smith again. Davis spinning pass out there, and it's picked up by Paul Sterling. In fact, he loses it, Sterling. And I think Castleford will get head and ball on that one. So 15 minutes gone then. Yes, and the head and ball's been given to Castleford. Paul Sterling couldn't take it. It was a poor pass. And Castleford bounced forward. Wouldn't have been given as a forward pass. Sterling came in, picked the ball up, ran a few yards, and then just lost control and possession. So Davis feeds us the scrum. Maloney moving him immediately across to BJ Mather, and a slipped up ball there, and that's poor play from Castleford. They've lost it on the first attempt, and Cummins comes away. Just pulled up there by Adrian Voles. 6 more, says the referee. Harris stepping off his left foot. The ball coming out wide for Sterling. Missed out there, Richie Blackmore. And, Sterling brought down in the middle of the field. Newton then moved the ball to his left-hand side to find Adrian Morley. Morley pushing him off. Good play again from Morley, going forward. What a great player he's becoming, Adrian Morley. Newton just pushes off the Castleford man, Lee Arland. And now it's Fowler's turn to power for that line. Newton again in at dummy half, complaining to the referee that Fowler was being held down. Kemp, lovely ball out there. Sheridan stepping for, he's going for a corner. Scored there in the game against Warrington. Not this time. Brad Godden takes the ball from dummy half. Can he get away? Can. He's penned up there by Dean Sampson. We're up to the last tackle now. Sheridan in at dummy half. Kemp put a little grubber kick over the line. What'll happen here? Stuart Flowers comes to pick it up, and in fact he's lost that ball. It's Jason Flowers, not Stuart Flowers, that's his brother. Knocks the ball over the red ball line, so good kick again. And some poor play there from the Castleford defenders, and that's going to be a drop out underneath the post. And we saw at Bradford, Tony Kemp's superb kicking game. He just seems to have the magic bit of glue on the ball where it sticks in the in-goal area. So Castleford drop out. Fowler now runs the ball back. Straight only as far as Sampson, but breaks Sampson's tackle and moves forward. Newton just pushing him out of the way as Marcella drives on, and Smith hanging on to his ankles. Newton then moved the ball to the left-hand side. Kemp looking for bring Morley. Morley's through the gap there, and Kemp's in support. That's a lovely ball from Morley, and Kemp's going to go in for the first Leeds try tonight underneath the post. Well, that was class play from Leeds. Great play there, great ball from Tony Kemp, who put Adrian Morley through the smallest of gaps. Morley using his force. Newton's ball immediately found Kemp, and Kemp just drew the man lovely there and put Morley through the gap. A couple of Castleford players standing there. He used his strength to get out of the fullback's tackle, and when he was being pulled down by Danny Orr, who was in support, the man who gave him the pass, Tony Kemp, to go around under the post, make the conversion for Iestyn Harris, I should think, a formality. So just the kind of start Leeds will have wanted then this evening. Leeds 4, Castleford 0. 18 minutes or so on that clock. And Harris simple conversion as far as he's concerned. Just not happy with the lie of the ball. So Iestyn kicking off one of the new bean bag concoctions at Bradford. Forgot to see whether he's got sand or not on this occasion. Now the weight's in front of the post, and unless you're Don Fox, it means they usually go over. So Harris then to give Leeds a 6-0 lead. Straight through the middle, no doubt about that. Leeds 6, Castleford 0. So Leeds will be looking to kick off. And again, they'll be looking to keep Castleford down under pressure. A good crowd here at Headingley tonight. See there at the back of the post, must be 13,000 or so in this evening. And that's good to see. Leeds crowds will always come back if Leeds start to play attractive winning rugby. And there was nothing more attractive than that little ball from Kemp, in which he took the return there. So Harris will kick off, and again he looks like he's using the beanbag. And the Leeds kit assistant, which is a good word to describe him, Ian Hardy, just waits to pick up the beanbag when it's the ball's landed. Castleford winning that ball out again with the big Kiwi, Michael Smith. Tackled though just on his own 20-metre line. That's good running, and good running again from Danny Orr from dummy half. And push back solidly there by Glanville and Gordon. The Newcastle Knights team in tandem. Kemp in on his own, and a good tackle there on Schick. And that's Sampson just driving the ball forward. Castleford playing no adventurous stuff at the moment. They'll be keen to keep Leeds out further and just use the drive and then put the kick in from probably Andrew Schick. The ball's back indeed for Schick, and he puts a left-footed kick in high and spinning. And Harris is back perfectly underneath it, catches it on the full in his own 20-metre mark. And again he's allowed to run across, looking now what's a wrong risky pass, and Cummins has been caught there. Well, fortune favours the brave, and if that had come off, Cummins had probably a clear run to the line. But if that ball had gone to ground and Castleford had scored, there'd have been some red faces in the dressing room. Glanville again just looking to power his way out now, and Leeds a lot of work to do with it to get out of their own quarter. Castleford will be up quickly. Good ball from Newton, finds Cummins away on the outside. That's great play. Cummins stepping inside, steps inside of Sampson this time. And again, still going up to the halfway, Francis Cummins. Well, that's good play from Leeds, and that's taking them right out of their own half of the field as Darren Fleary just drives forward. Kemp bobs a kick over the top again, that lazy language style of his, very reminiscent of Gary Schofield. And again the Leeds chase is good, but Critchley will look to straighten up now and eventually finds a Leeds man only 10, 12 metres from his own line. Flowers again, straight in this time to Kemp and Sheridan. In fact, that's Farrell, not Sheridan. And Morley giving away a high tackle, a penalty for a high tackle. Just keep it down, says the referee. It was nothing malicious in that. Sykes gets to his feet quickly. But again, Leeds have had Castleford penned down in a good position. And it's given the opportunity to kick that football and make extra yardage. And of course another 6 tackles coming up before the Leeds get the ball back again. But, taps the football. Go the arms of Davis. Poor mistake. Nathan Sykes putting the ball down, and Marty Marcella picks it up and makes good progress for Leeds. That's good play from the Rhinos and poor play from Castleford. They don't want the ball at the moment. Twice we've seen them in attacking options on the first tackle on the Leeds halfway line, and dropping the football. Glanville just driving forward. And Gordon in at dummy half will move the ball back. He's looking for Fleary. In fact, he goes on his own. Into the Leeds, to the Castleford 20-metre mark. Right on there as Newton plays the football. This time it's Sheridan, then Kemp. Kemp looking for the run around. Sheridan again. Will he put the ball out for Morley? He does. Morley steps inside. Looks to make the ball available. Couldn't get their way to his support. The Castleford man was coming, and Kemp again up the high spinning bomb across field. Oh, well taken there by Richard Gay. That's good play from the former Hull full-back. Took that ball just like you'd expect of a player who's played most of his career at full-back. The Leeds have a man injured. And, in the tackle, difficult to see what the referee was. Looked like he was blowing up there. Marcella. The Leeds so far have picked up no injuries in the start to Super League. Brad Godden missed the game at Bradford because of a back injury, but he's fit to continue tonight. And of course Dean Lawford, long-term absentee from the pre-season game. And again Castleford have put the ball down, and again it's Michael Smith. So this is a great chance for Leeds now, just 5 metres short. Newton in at dummy half, finds Morley having to check to get the ball. I don't think it'll be long before Graham Murray decides that Ryan Sheridan should move to hooker and Graham Allroyd should come on. A lovely ball there out of the door from Kemp, just taking it right up to the line, offloading to Fleary. So Ryan Sheridan finds Anthony Farrell, an arcing run that he won the game with last season, in the same position exactly. This time he's well checked by Mather. Newton to Sheridan finds Masella powering forward, and Leeds are only meters short of that line. Another try before half-time would be really welcome for the Rhinos. Good ball again there. Harris is in the line, steps inside. Great scramble in defence from Castleford. Blackmore puts the ball back, knocked back again. Sterling kicks it, picks it up. It's anybody's game. It's like a hot potato at the moment. Newton again, just taking play and looks to go through the gap. Just can't get there, Terry Newton. And Leeds have reached the sixth tackle without anything to show. Sheridan puts a grubber kick over the line, and again Richard Gage just happy to run that ball out. So that's the third time Castleford will be dropping out already in this first half. That's great kicking and chasing from Leeds, making the opposition make the play on the last tackle. So Castleford then look to dropping out underneath their own post, to taking the time, and one or two Castleford players' body language looks as though they're absolutely tired out there. A lot of hands on hips and hands on knees, and they won't be too happy to see the Leeds Rhinos in the form of Anthony Farrell just powering his way back towards them again. And that's good running from Farrell up to the 20-metre mark. Sheridan is in at hooker immediately, and the change has been made. Fleary comes driving forward. Allroyd there, you can see in the picture, he's just come on the field to replace Newton. Kemp can drop off inside. Good play there. Morley on the burst again, and not quite executed at the pace that it was intended, that move there, or there could have been a big gap opening up for Leeds. Masella drives forward. He doesn't need to move to open gaps up. He just uses his sheer bulk and body weight. Sheridan again. Kemp finds Allroyd now. Allroyd's got the ball in a good position here inside. Ball for Farrell. Up to the last tackle. Blackmore's in at dummy half. Spinning pass finds Kemp. Kemp puts the ball over the line again. And Castleford taking the football. The referee, Leeds were looking for the knock-on, but referee signalled that's okay. It certainly looked okay. And Schick bringing the ball out, and Allroyd brings him down. Good defence. 1-on-1. Smith again. Masella in quickly, knocking him down. So again, 3-4 tackles that Castleford have had, still penned deep in that 20-metre mark, and this is reminiscent of the display against Warrington, when they kept Warrington penned down here for long periods. Mather tackled again. Great defence from Leeds. Godden, and a knock-on I think there in the tackle, is there? Mather not very happy, but the touch judge has given it. Well spotted there over on the far side. Leeds players appealed. Touch judge signal a knock-on, and it'll be Leeds head and ball again. So Castleford again a spell of defence right inside their own quarter. They're on the half-hour mark as Leeds will be looking. Allroyd just taking his time back. You'd think that he'd got all afternoon strolling the park there as he came back. Feeds a scrum, works the ball out, finds Harris at the standoff position. Kemp running outside and running across Harris, and Voles is tracking him all the way. And Sterling put the ball down, took his eye off Voles, and Voles has dropped it this time, so it'll be a scrum with the head and ball of Castleford. First mistake will be the one that was taken, and Sterling just signalling his dismay at what happened there, but he took his eye off the ball quite clearly as he looked to spot the man. Voles had tracked right across Harris. That was good play from the Castleford loose forward. Davis then to feed. Davis whips the ball out of the scrum, finds Flowers. Kemp bringing him down in a tackle with Glanville again. Glanville's worked hard this evening, tremendous defence. What a big hit there. Great hit on Lee Ireland from Darren Fleary. Well, I know he's been in a game tonight, Lee Ireland, if he didn't already. Oh, another one there. Adrian Morley and Darren Fleary nearly breaking Michael Smith in half. That's good defence from Leeds. And the big hit starting to come now from the Rhinos. Schick looks to step Blackmore, but he can't step Kemp, who's having a big game this evening. Sampson. Glanville pushes off Glanville. That's some progress made for Castleford on a night when little's gone right for them so far. Oh, move the ball to his left, finds Schick. Schick puts the kick in. But these kicks are feeding food and drink to Iestyn Harris. They put him under no pressure whatsoever. He was even able to allow that ball to bounce a few times and still managing to get up to that 20-metre mark before he's brought down. And no pressure whatsoever put on the kicks, and that's because of Leeds' defence keeping Castleford in field positions where they're having to kick, and the long kick is being the one that has to come, and it's not going as far as what the Leeds kicks are. And Godden gets the penalty there. Lee Harland judged to have held down just a little bit too long. So 6-0 then. Leeds moving the football now with Fleary. That's the 10-metre mark, 10 metres inside the Castleford half of the field. As Kemp looks to move the ball, finds Glanville. Glanville off, half through the gap there. Gets the ball away eventually to Morley. Not tackled to the referee, that's all right. Morley throws an exaggerated wild dummy, but still drives forward and eventually is pummeled into the ground on that 20-metre mark. Sheridan. Spinning ball, finds Kemp. Long ball out this time. Finds Allroyd. Allroyd's inside ball is for Harris. Harris just held up by his ankle. Was looking to see that he wasn't held, but he was. Farrell going himself from dummy half into the 10-metre mark, so that's good play now. We're up to the 10-metre mark as Holroyd has the ball, but to put the rubber kick in over the Castleford line again. He's chasing it, and Castleford forced to drop out again. Great defence from Leeds, great chase from Holroyd. Blackmore coming in, forcing Castleford to kick the ball dead, and again they'll be dropping out, so that's 4 or 5 times in this first half that Castleford have had to drop out. So great kicking and great chasing game from the Rhinos. Drop out comes, spins down the middle of the field, straight into the arms of Iestyn Harris, who runs the ball back and back with purpose and up to the 20-metre mark again. Sheridan. Fleary. In support, couldn't get the ball, he's gone to dummy half. And shows you why he's a prop and not usually accustomed to dummy half, not the best pass. But it's set Kemp in motion. Masella quickly into position, will go himself. Driving forward, what a big season Martin Masella's having already. Well, Leeds fancy the chances this year and written off 16-1, I think, at the beginning of the season. Blackmore must be in here for a try. Picked up the ball, Harris. Blackmore just throwing it back. Leeds have lost a bit of ground, but Harris is still looking for a way through. Morley going for the line again, just a couple of metres short, went up to the last tackle. The Castleford scrambling defence has been absolutely marvellous. Again, the ball's dabbed over the line. And this time Castleford again will have to drop out because a great kick from Ryan Sheridan, chased up by Richie Blackmore, and Castleford again forced. And the body language there, just look at that. Castleford absolutely out on the feet. We haven't been playing for more than a half an hour yet, and they've already had to do, you see with the size of the defending they've had to do and the amount of dropping out, they've had no possession and they look all in at the moment. It seems as it'll be just a matter of time before Leeds do manage to crack this Castleford defence. So the ball dropped out right down the middle of the field and picked up by Harris, who finds Morley, and Morley just drives forward again up towards that 20-metre mark. It's relentless, it's monotonous, and Leeds are making Castleford pay. Fleary. Sheridan switching play cleverly back in the inside. Long ball from Holroyd, finds Kemp. Kemp puts Glanville through the half gap, looking there for the return. Glanville well clamped, couldn't get the ball away. Kemp again goes himself, just picking the ball up, running, sending Masella. Masella again looking to offload the football, couldn't do that. Kemp's got into the position where he wants the football as first receiver, gets it now. Long ball out there for Allroyd. Allroyd stepping, going off himself, inside balls for Fleary. Fleary, oh, just a metre short, less than a metre short there. Great play. A bit of a mess made of the play, the ball there, and Stuart Cummings, the referee, says that that was not played correctly. And Fleary just looking puzzled as to why he's been singled out for some harsh treatment from the referee, and that'll be a bit of respite from Castleford. Considering Stuart Raper's comments about the roughhouse tactics of Leeds, that's only Castleford's second penalty. The first one for a slight head-high tackle. In fact, it was the third. There was a couple of above-the-shoulder high tackles, which were nothing, and also a technical offence. Another one there from Anthony Farrell, just didn't get out of the way and caused a Castleford dummy half not to be able to pick up the football. So Castleford, a bit of respite again, another penalty, and Danny Orr will, it's going to be Brad Davis to kick for touch, kicking towards our commentary position. And finds a good touch just inside the Leeds half of the field. Danny Orr then Finding Schick, driving forward. Good defence from Kemp. Smith. Oh, well, that he's felt that one. That's good defence there from Leeds. Again from Manny Marcella, Darren Fleary in at the tackle. Smith struggles to get to his feet. Oh, switches play back on the outside. And Haaland just brought down. Just that's the Leeds 20-metre mark. This is as close as Castleford have been in possession. That's the first look inside the Leeds quarter. It's Nathan Sykes. Drives the ball forward. Coming across the line now. Maloney looking to put Vols away. Vols spinning out of the tackle, but only into the arms of the next Leeds man, Holroyd. Kick crossfield. Dangerous times for Leeds then. Oh, great take from Paul Sterling. Just jumped up and leapt out of the air and came back down with the football. Not a lot of pressure put on him, but he knew if it was a mistake, if he didn't catch it, it was back to Castleford. And Blackmore stepping out of one tackle and another. Gets over that 20-metre mark. Plays the ball quickly. And something happened here at the play of the ball. Iestyn Harris will look to put the ball out. Penalty to Leeds. That's a poor kick from Harris. And Castleford actually knocking on. So Harris will the ball back, but that was taken too quickly by Iestyn Harris. He didn't time it. Well, from the scrum then, Holroyd finding Kemp, who finds Harris, and Harris looking to step his way through, stumbling as he went through there. Stopped a good clean break. Gordon takes the ball to his left, finds Glanville. Some good defence coming in from Mather and Maloney there, and it needs to be. Leeds are putting the hammer down. Matthews on now for Marcella. Been playing well recently, Jamie Matthew. Inside ball again. Good play. Harris steps and goes himself. Sheridan. Matthew again, stepping, going himself, taking play forward. That's great running the angles well, Jamie Matthew. 5 metres from the Castleford line. Sampson could have been guilty of giving a penalty away there. Sheridan's quick ball finds Kemp for Holroyd. Gordon puts it down. Not the best pass, and it could have been taken. It was the last tackle. He's looking to run the football, and they won't really mind too much if they're turning over there. Castleford will only get 6 tackles. There's no chance whatsoever of Castleford coming away with the football. So if Leeds can keep the defence tight, then Castleford could be in for a torrid time down here in the next 4 tackles or so. Gay then from dummy half takes the play himself. Steps out of Morley's tackle. And still going Richard Gay. And gets it back to Danny. Oh, that's better play from Castleford. Fleary just comes in to make sure that he's tackled. Fleary again, knocking him down. Fowler was offside there, so wisely left the player to run on his own. Sykes, just inside the Leeds half of the field. Danny Orr from dummy half. Puts a little grubber kick over the top. Through the Leeds defence, picked up by Cummins on his own 10-metre mark. 3, 4, 5 Castleford men chasing. That's good chasing from Castleford. Harris steps over the 20-metre mark to run the ball away from his own post. Gordon. Holroyd now kicks for the corner. That's good play again from Leeds. And that ball spinning and going back towards the corner. Sterling's chasing. Oh, good defence again from Sterling. That's great play. And so Castleford again will be having to run that ball out from right on their own line. Can't afford a mistake or it could be curtains. And Blackmore in at the tackle with Sterling again. Foles looks to go himself. Can't go anywhere. 3 tackles then from Castleford. Still within 5 metres, 6 metres of their own line. This time it's better play from Gay, finds Maloney. Maloney makes it to the 10 metres before he's brought down. Or again finds Sampson. These are where the big men should be powering the ball out. Sampson, bit of puff pastry type running there, not making any ground whatsoever. And again, good defence. Leeds have kept Castleford down on this 20-metre mark. And Danny Orr, has he knocked on that dummy half? Yeah, for he says so. And he's not very happy about it. I think he was hoping that he could get away with a penalty. He hasn't done. In fact, it's been given to Edinburgh the Leeds. So Holroyd just picks up the football now. And comes round to the open side where Jamie Matthew will get first side of the ball as it goes in to the pack. I didn't want to see much side of that because it seemed to go in behind his feet. The kick cheers to Holroyd. Holroyd's going, pushed out there by Voles. I think Holroyd looking for the penalty. The referee's not going to give it, but again, Leeds kicking, chasing. It's coming up to half-time, so that's good play from Leeds. They're looking to use the attacking options. Oh, Castleford have coughed up the football right out through the windscreen. And Gordon gets the ball back to Sheridan. Good play, Sheridan going for the line. Held up there, Ryan Sheridan just 5 or 6 metres short. That's another 6 tackles, and Flowers lost the ball right out of the windscreen. Didn't have the seatbelt on there. Glanville plays the ball. Fleary. Kemp inside for Morley. Morley must score. Oh, and again the Castleford defence. Maloney, Flowers in there at the defence. Absolutely tremendous. A scrambling defence from Castleford. Farrell goes himself, dives down low. As he managed to get over the line, no, so Stuart Cummings is a metre short. Sheridan spinning ball out there for Kemp. Kemp helps to drop off inside, decides to take it himself. This time for Holroyd. Holroyd going through the gap. But again, great defence, pulled back there from Michael Smith and Schick, and the ball knocked on there. Blackmore puts a little rubber kick in the corner, and Castleford are forced once again to knock that ball dead under pressure from Paul Sterling. So great kicking game tonight from Richie Blackmore as well as Tony Kemp. It's about the 6th time that Castleford have been made to drop out in this first half, and they can't wait, I bet, for the half-time order to get back in the dressing rooms, have a talk with Stuart Raper, and also to get a little bit of breath back and devise a game plan which they hope will be able to free them from these tight scenario that Leeds are putting them in. The shackles of Leeds putting on Castleford is the best I've seen for a long time. That's a superb kicking game tonight from Blackmore and Kemp and Holroyd. The ball eventually comes back, and there's no real fight for Castleford at the moment to get that ball back into play. That's all they're going to see is my bet it will be Iestyn Harris putting Adrian Morley away again, and it is. I can guarantee that from the dropouts it's either Farrell or Morley that runs the ball back. And a penalty given from moving off the mark. Adrian Morley, an unlucky penalty there. He was being really interfered with, and now we'll see if Castleford can make do with the possession that they've acquired. And Brad Davis, the nicest man in the game of rugby league, finds play just 34 metres, 33 metres from their own line. Sykes just drives forward. He must be sick of the side of the Leeds forwards, Nathan Sykes. Danny Orr goes himself, exaggerated dummy, just puts his head down. Leeds read that well. Matthew, Glanville. The ball comes back again to Michael Smith. Michael Smith looking to offload. Good play from Smith, still standing in the tackle. Can't get the ball away. He's clamped at every opportunity, but good defence around the legs there from Glanville. Smith earning the tackle again. That's the 3rd Castleford man down, looking injured tonight. Liam Steadman just coming on with some instructions in the guise of a water bottle. And now it's Samson knocked down there by Sheridan and Farrell. Danny Orr in at dummy half. Puts the grubber kick in, and that's a little bit of respite for Castleford. Almost up to half-time now, and Leeds will have head and feet at the scrum, but it will give Castleford a chance to just have a bit of a breather and slow the game down. They don't want Leeds running that ball back at them again in quick succession with the half-time hooter about to sound. Kemp finds Harris. Harris running across. The face drops off inside for Cummings. Cummings stepping, going in. And then in fact goes the half-time hooter then with the score. Leeds 6, Castleford 0. It was Kemp that scored the try after a good work interchange of passes between himself and Morley. Morley burst through the gap and Kemp was on his shoulder to take the return ball. And strange scene at Headingley with the sides going off to dressing rooms at either side. So Iestyn Harris to get the second half underway with Leeds leading 6-0. A lot of pressure to show and not a lot of points. Will it be enough as the game ebbs and flows? We've seen so many tight games between these two sides in the last few years. You wouldn't Bank and Castle have been out of this one, despite the fact that they spent most of the time either dropping out from their own post or being tackled in their own 20-metre mark, just as we've seen there. It's Smith again that's knocked down. Nathan Sykes takes play over the 20. Daniel finds Schick. And this kicking game from Castle tonight been very much in the hands of Andrew Schick. Sampson. And then Leeds doing the work. Jamie Matthew and Ryan Sheridan bringing big men down in the middle of the field, and this time it's Maloney to kick, and that's a better kick from Castleford. But again, Iestyn Harris is well positioned and can run the ball back, looks to step his way out of trouble, and that's the difference between the kicking games tonight. Leeds have been, because of the superior work of the forwards, have been able to kick from close in and force Castleford to drop out or to be tackled very close to the line, and because Castleford are not making any progress on attack, they're having to kick long kicks downfield, which gives Iestyn Harris a chance to drive it back. Gordon again just picks the ball up there as Leeds spinning the ball out of the tackles. And Gordon's 10 metres inside the Castleford half of the field. Sheridan to Matthew. Matthew ball out there to Harris in support. He's well wrapped up though by that man Andrew Schick. Cleary. And Roy just hanging around at the play of the ball, waiting for to be brought into the players. Blackmore comes inside. Something there. Blackmore steps, goes around, gets the ball away to Holroyd. Holroyd put the ball down, wasn't the best pass. And Holroyd just couldn't take it. I think he was tackled as he got the football, and the referee will pull them back for the knock-on. Scramble foreman just inside the 20-metre mark. Great defence from Leeds again. Kemp just a little bit of a dig there. And Flowers has given a needless penalty away there while in possession of the football, pushing the man, and Stuart Cummins quickly in there. And Flowers having plenty to say, but really it's his own fault, his own worst enemy there. Should have looked to keep his hands to himself. Adrian Vols just having a word to see what's going on. There's 2 and 3 minutes or so gone then in this second half, and already that 6 points looks as though it could become 8 if Harris can convert this try. So Harris just tees the ball up on the 20-metre mark, right where the penalty was in. That's the 20 metres in from touch mark as well, so you can see it's about 22 metres in from the left-hand touchline side. It's on his right side as he's a right-footed kicker, and we'll see. And I'm sure look to add the 2 points in a moment. Well, Harris pops it over, straight between the uprights. Leeds 8, Castleford Tigers 0. Then, as I say, they've been bad type kicking tee. Just bringing the ball. And he steps it up. And knocked straight down the middle of the field again. And a knock on there, and Brad Davis has got away with that one on a free as it went backwards. Well, we've seen those called knock-ons on numerous occasions, so Castleford again not really wanting the football. Andrew Schick drives forward. Will he get a chance to repeat his heroics of the cup tie? I wonder. Haaland. Or finds Sampson. Sampson powering at Jamie Matthew, who stood up there and just on a one-to-one situation knocked him down. Davis puts a little chip over the top, right down into the corner for Harris to pick up, and Harris has to let the ball go past him, but comes away again. But again, you can see no real distance on the kick again. Harris is up to the 30-metre mark and Leeds no pressure whatsoever. Cummins now will take that play even further forward and does over. That's good defence there, over the advantage line every time Leeds with the forwards. Sheridan. Glanville, and Leeds again powering away into the Castleford half of the field. These are easy yards, and again Sheridan is tired looking Castleford outfit now. Gordon. Holroyd looking to step, and that exaggerated sidestep of his is not working this time as two cast men bring him down. A little bit of help from Jamie Matthew, I think, there, getting in on the act. Sheridan. Fleary. And the Castleford defence must be fed up to the teeth of seeing Glanville and Fleary driving the ball forward. Now Kemp can put another little grubber kick in for the corner. It's going down again, it'll stop over the in-goal area, and again Castleford are forced to drop out. Great play again and a great chase, and really Blackmore and Sterling have got it worked to a T now. It's good play. And underneath the post, Castleford will be forced to drop out again, and this first half starting very much as the second half starting, so just as very much as the first half finished. And not a lot of opportunity. And Leeds forcing Castleford into dropping out again. Farrell will run the ball back. And again he makes ground, dragging 2 and 3 Castleford defenders with him. Sheridan's in at dummy half, looking to weigh up his options, and one of the options is to find Darren Fleary, and that's what he does. And Fleary again powering forward, and it's the advantage line is paper thin at the moment, because Leeds again. Matthew stepping over the post, must be in here for the try. Oh, great defence from Flowers, and quick play of the ball. Sheridan, is he going over? And the referee, I think, has awarded the try. So good play there from Ryan Sheridan. All for the try. Jamie Matthew just stepping forward, run great angles, Jamie Matthew, and that was a great defensive effort there from Flowers and from 14 Nathan Sykes. But from the quick play of the ball, Sykes was actually offside, and Sheridan was able to get over between Maloney and Sykes, who was probably a bit wary of the fact that if he'd have made the tackle, he would have given away a penalty try because he was offside. So Harris then with the goal kick, which would put Leeds 14 points in front, and probably the game, because Castleford don't look like they've got a clue how to get out of their own half, let alone how to score. Some great solid defence though from Leeds, and some great scrambling defence from Castleford, stopping Matthew in full flight there, but just couldn't hold on long enough. Leeds 14 then, Castleford Tigers 0. And that could certainly be the game as far as Leeds are concerned. It's difficult to see Castleford scoring 3 times, which they would now have to do to get the better of Leeds. In fact, it's hard to imagine them scoring at all in the way they've been playing. So Harris then with the kick-off to come. Seven minutes gone of this second half. And loses the football, does he, in the tackle? He does indeed, and Leeds have it again. This time it's Sheridan, now it's Fleary driving for the line. Leeds with Glanville and Holroyd pointing the way forward, but Kemp, I think, may go the other way. He does indeed, finds Fleary again, driving for the line. Look, just a metre short, Darren Fleary. Sheridan again, then dummy half, looking to move the ball to his right, finds Kemp for Harris. Harris stepping, puts Blackmore in, he's in. Again, just held up a metre short. Well, what great defence from Castleford, and they really are under the cosh now. Kemp again, looking to switch play, take it back inside, gets it away. Farrell goes for the line, steps one man, gets the ball out to Holroyd. Holroyd's in over the line. But I think he's been held up. The ball been stolen over the line now, has it? Well, it's difficult to see. The in-goal judge has run away. And it's said that Holroyd's knocked on, so the ball not stolen, because if that ball had been stolen over the line in 2-man tackle, it could have been a penalty try. In fact, it would have been a penalty try. So again, Castleford breathed there, but what great play from Leeds. From a Castleford mistake, they went very, very close before Holroyd got over the line, and he couldn't ground the ball. So Hall taps the football. Schick driving forward. Sampson. Oh, looking for a way through, no way through. That's great defence from Leeds. He's lost the football. Voles has picked that up again, and still going. Adrian Voles shows a dummy. Great play from Voles. He's got men in support here. Well, he's lost the boot. That's good play. Shoes him alone as a fall. Harris has him. Harris has missed him. That's gone for the corner. What a great try from Castleford. What a great try from Castleford. Well, that came from a really strange decision there. It looked as though the ball had been raked out in a 2-man tackle. Well, that's what the referee must have decided. In fact, it looked like Voles had lost the football. The tackle player lost the football. Voles picked up. Leeds just hung back, I think, waiting for the tackle. Matthew missed him, and then he used Maloney as a foul. Went through the gap there. Fleary's chasing, but to no avail. And Voles again using Maloney as inside. He's lost a boot there, and Harris is going across to tackle him, and one thinks Harris would have him here, but he's pushed off Iestyn Harris, and he's heading for that corner with a man in support, Critchley, but didn't need to use him. Great try there from Adrian Voles, put Castleford back into the game. Difficult kick though from the touchline side, but a strange decision from Stuart Cummings. It'd be interesting to talk to him after the game and see just why he's allowed that try to go. I can only think that he must have adjudged that Leeds had pulled the football out. As it was, it played good advantage to Castleford. It's put them on the scoreboard when they've never really looked like it. Davis kicks in from the touchline side. Oh, and he's kicked it. What a tremendous kick, straight through the middle. So the facts on the fire now then. Leeds 14, Castleford 6. And can the Tigers make one of their spectacular comebacks? We've seen this happen so many times before in these close games. 14-6 then to the Rhinos. So Danny Orr will kick off Castleford for only the second time in this game. And Leeds seem to have been receiving kicks from Castleford, but they've all been dropouts. This time they'll receive one on their own line, and it'll give Castleford a good chance to do some defending. Castleford then coming away, Leeds coming away with Mark Glanville. Sheridan out to his left, finds Fleury, and Fleury just takes that familiar route that we've seen all night, straight down the middle, knocking him out of the way. There's another one, Adrian Morley, just running out wide, looking to offload the football, but clamped there. Good play from Castleford. Wants to get on with the game, Adrian Morley. Sheridan's turning and twisting, turns the cast defence inside out there. Brad Davis. Mike Ford's on the field now, and he'll be looking to inject something in his Castleford side. They've probably missed his organisational skills. And again, that's a great kick, and picked up over his own line by Critchley. Manages to get out though. That's good play from Critchley there, because the Leeds chase was good. Flowers again. Maloney puffing and panting as he comes away from dummy half, and straining at the arms of Darren Fleury, who brings him down. Sykes. Gay then in at dummy half, will run himself. You know, tell Richard Gay comes to dummy half, he always tries to make the hard yards himself. And that's Michael, in fact that's Richie McKell who's on the field now. And this time Andrew Schick just puts the kick down, and again it's the best he could expect from Castleford at the moment, but again it's not put Harris under any sort of pressure, and Harris is able to step back over his own 20-metre mark before he's brought down by BJ Mather and Adrian Voles. Cummings using Godden as a shield, as a foil there. Holroyd. Blackmore just steps up, play down the middle of the field. Great play from Blackmore, still going. Selected, of course, for the Kiwi test team. It means he'll be travelling home tomorrow or Sunday to New Zealand or to Australia for the Anzac Day test, and he will be sadly missed by Leeds in their next game against Salford. Really couldn't leave Richie out, Blackmore out of the New Zealand side at the moment. He's in strong form. Sheridan then, last tackle coming up, and Harris finds Kemp, and Kemp bobs the ball over the top, and Leeds are chasing again. And that ball's gone awkwardly there. It's lucky for Castleford that ball stuck in the arms of Jason Critchley. Leeds were looking to force a mistake. Flowers again. You never have to look for him twice to run the ball off from behind his own line. Sampson. The ball comes back on, a knock on, and that's poor play. Well, that's poor play from Castleford. In that sort of situation, it was pointless forcing the pass. It was a poor pass, and Mike Ford had no option but to knock on. So Leeds with a great attacking option here. And this is in the line, Allroyd's looking for him. And I think with a nod from Allroyd there, it means that the ball's going the other way. It's into the arms of Kemp. The referee's not happy with that one. Harris again then. Waits for the ball, gets it now off Allroyd, arcs round, and that familiar style of his over for the corner, but he can't get over this time. That's great defence, tracking across there. Flowers again, and Flowers is in at the tackle this time on Godden. With Gay and Godden eventually knocked to the ground. And that's good defence from Castleford, as it has been most of the evening. Marcella straightens play up now. Falls, makes the tackle on him. Ball, Holroyd. Turns his back to pass and gets Morley away, but that means that just a slight delay there. If Holroyd could have passed it without turning his back, and Morley would have had a bit more space. Sheridan then in, moves the ball long to Holroyd again. Holroyd coming on, moving the pass inside for Gordon. Gordon loses the ball but catches it again. Glanville finds Holroyd. Holroyd puts a little rubber kick behind the Castleford line, and Castleford again knocking the ball dead. So great kicking game tonight from all the Leeds kickers, from Kemp, who's had an absolutely superb game, Holroyd, who's done well since he came on, and Blackmore earlier in the game. So Castleford again, no fight for the drop out there, just taking the time. They'll be looking to see if they can keep the scoreline to something respectable. They certainly don't want to be handing possession to Leeds again. They will do. Drop kick drops out straight down the middle of the field. It's stopped by Iestyn Harris with his foot. He knocks the ball forward again. Castleford up quickly, but not quick enough to stop him picking that football up. Castleford fans screaming there for an obstruction, but Harris never crossed. Marcella. Morley. Just held up there. And McKell. Holroyd then finds Kemp. Kemp dodging, going himself. Half breaks on there for Blackmore. And Blackmore did well to hang on to the football. It wasn't the... he was being tackled as he got the ball. Farrell going there, gets the ball back to Sheridan. Leeds moving in again now. And Holroyd just steps off his left foot, comes back, straightens up now. Can't get the ball away. Gets a long pass out there for Sterling, which the Leeds winger picks up. It's a suspicion of a knock on there. The referee's allowed it. Farrell's in at dummy half. Holroyd's waiting to bounce on the football. It's a little grubber kick forward. And Castleford. Oh, well, that's a mistake there from Flowers. And you can see there that Adrian Voll's not happy with that. There was no pressure whatsoever. Holroyd had been obstructed as he put the kick. The Leeds chasers for once weren't there. But I think Flowers had been so used to having to kick the ball dead, that this time he's repeated the trick and under no real pressure whatsoever. So could that mistake be made to pay by Leeds? That was poor play there. And Flowers. And Farrell drives the ball back up the middle of the field. Matthew. Great defence again from the Rhinos. Mazzella. That's 10 metres short now. Holroyd's in, waiting for the football. Gets it now, using Harris as a foil. Brings Harris round the outside again. Two dummy runners, and this time the gap's open up. Iestyn Harris in for the try, and that's certainly the game now for Leeds. Richard Gay stands with his hands on his hips, takes his gum shield out, and really there was nothing he could do there. That move has worked very well there. Holroyd has got two options here with the dummy runners. He's got number 12 Glanville and number 11 Morley, but instead he puts Harris round the back of them all, and Harris just arcs on one of those runs with Gordon outside him and over for the try. Cummins as well, also there looking to get the football, but there's really no need. We've seen that move work last week at Bradford, and it's worked again here tonight. Great move there from Leeds. Well, Leeds kicking off again. There was no goal from Harris that time, and that'll have lifted the Rhinos, and that will have really dropped heads in the Tigers' ranks now, because that's a tall order for them. 20 points to 6 at the moment. I think that is just knocked down there by Kemp. And Marcella back on for Darren Fleary. He's had another big 60 minutes or so. This time that's a kick from Castleford, which will probably find touch. In fact, Harris can watch that ball run dead. It's gone too far, so Castleford certainly not got the measure of the kicking game as well as what Leeds have at the moment. Sterling just trying to take a bit of work off his forwards. Blackmore. 13,120 then, the crowd just been announced. It's good crowd here for Headingley tonight. Friday night football. And of course, we always said that Leeds would get big crowds if they were playing winning rugby, and they certainly are at the moment. And Mary Marcella just driving forward. Good defence again, Flowers. In fact, it's Ford. Thought the 7 looked like a 1 there. Kemp. Ford has chased, and Tony Kemp's able again to bob the ball down, and this time it's not gone as far as it normally does, and Flowers can win the ball out. But what a great chase from Paul Sterling, pulls him down right in his 20-metre mark. Critchley going to go up the touchline side, but Kemp's across there tackling, as is Matthew McGall. Really nowhere for him to go there. Not the best option. Castleford not going forward at the moment. Plenty of lateral movement of the football, but not really anyone wanting to make a break. And it's the first time Castleford have got over the advantage line for some time. It was BJ Mather and then only a metre or so. Castleford again back inside, and again Leeds knocking them down. And Castleford forwards gaining no ground whatsoever there. Great defence from Morley. Daryl Powell's on the field now. Ford jumps the ball over the top. Sterling can take his time, pick that up. Not a good chase from Castleford. Eventually the tacklers arrive. Sterling's knocked down. Harris. Marcella. Sheridan just looking to marshal his forwards. He knows he wants to run with the football, and it's Daryl Powell. This time looks to lost the football. Is that going to be a penalty? There were too many in the tackle there, but as I've said many times, people have been losing the football in 2- and 3-man tackles since the game started. You can't start giving penalties away just because there's a new rule being brought in. People do actually drop the ball. So we'll see now. Ford to work the feed for Castleford. Comes away back on the short side, using that short side attacking option, but Leeds had read that well. Morley was out of the scrum quick, and Holroyd was round covering. And Morley again, and this time it's Sykes that's brought down. Danny Orr finds Sampson. Sampson to halfway, puts his leg forward, but Sheridan's equal to the task, bringing him down with Farrell and Matthew. Davis running across, dropping off for Bowles. Castleford in the shape of McKell, looking to drive forward again. Ford. Wait for the interception there, Leeds, and Castleford have 6 more tackles, but it was good. Did it come off? It was good play from Leeds. And at 20 points to 6, I think you can attempt to go for interceptions. But Leeds certainly won't be taking the rest of this game lightly. We've seen it so many times that Castleford are likely to come back in the last few minutes to tie the game. Oh, Kemp's left a big gap there as he went to cut the man out. Davis is going over the line. Oh, he's not lost the football. The referee's bringing back for a penalty. Going around the man, and I think using someone as a forward to play the ball, so that comes to nothing. But Kemp certainly ran up there and looked to cut the man out, and Brad Davis was quick enough to get through the gap, even though it doesn't count. Harris finds touchdown, no mistake in it for them this time. Matthew, what a big game Jimmy Matthew was having this evening. And Holroyd going himself, steps out of one tackle, and in fact, Fetches finds himself brought down by Smith and Flowers. Marcella. The ball's come loose in the tackle, and if he says it's okay, Castleford have it. Number 16, Danny Orr. Over the top, that's a good kick from Castleford. Good chase this time. Iestyn's able to pick the ball up with not as much ease as he's had before, but Cummins has done well there, stepped out of a couple of tackles, spun his way out, and again Harris again, so Harris and Cummins working the oracle at the moment in that corner. Up to high tackle, and the referee's decided it is Sampson. Foles just having a word to say to the referee. He'll be fed up of the lack of possession. So Castleford, who did well with the kicking chase, have given a penalty away. And how often we see that slaughtered and hammered throughout the evening, really. And then the first little bit of play that they put together, they give away a penalty. So that lets Leeds off the hook if they were ever on it. Sheridan will tap the football. And then Matthew charging forward, knocks off BJ Miller before he's brought down by Adrian Voles. Was a great game tonight for Castleford. Marcella picked up, turned over, not a spear tackle. Quickly gets to his feet. Farrell finds Powell. Powell coming across the face of the Castleford defence, looking for a way through again. Great angle running by Leeds. Alright, Kemp. Kemp's ball is for Harris, stepping up on the outside. Gets Blackmore away. Well, in the tackle, Kemp. That's good play. Kemp's going himself. That's great play from Kemp. Just throws the ball away. Picked up by Blackmore. What's the referee decided? Says that's okay. Leeds playing the ball again. Sterling this time for Farrell. Farrell has to go himself. He's got Sheridan now. Probably would have been better giving it to Sheridan early in the tackle count. Earlier in the play, should I say, so that Sheridan had more time to decide what to do with it. Allroyd spins out of one tackle. Can he get the ball away? Gets it back to Gordon, but now that he doesn't, because that ball's gone to ground and Castleford fall on it. So about 15 minutes or so left in this game. Michael Smith. Leeds have that 20 points to 6 lead. Gay knocked down, unceremoniously dumped. Critchley steps off his left foot, tries to bring the ball away. Only as far as Marcella and Farrell, who worked hard in the Leeds defence this evening. Matthew again, another one who's done a great job since he came on. A poor kick that's sliced. Cummins can pick that up on the halfway, so that's again a poor kick from Castleford. Has put Leeds right back in the attacking position in the field. Inside the Castleford half now. Sheridan at dummy half will move the ball to the open side to Harris, who staggers as he looks to step off both feet with really no one to beat. Marcella just driving relentlessly forward. That's his game and he's done it really well today. Allroyd. Inside ball there for Morley. That's good play, but great well read there by Adrian Voles. Really, Castleford can thank the lucky stars that they've got Adrian Voles on board today, because he's had a really top game for them. Matthew puts a hammer down, going himself. Matthew gets up, wasn't tackled. He's right underneath that Castleford post now. Up to the last tackle says Stuart Cummins. Harris looks to go himself, stepping, going, puts it well away. That's going to be something on there. Sterling coming inside, puts a little rubber kick down, and Castleford again are forced to chip the ball out from drop out from behind their own line. What a great spell of attack from Leeds, and looked all the way a couple of scorers there in that move for Leeds, but Castleford's defence has held out again, and now they're having to drop out. So again they'll be facing the onslaught of the Leeds attackers. That must be the 8th or 9th time that Castleford have had to drop out in this game. They've done tremendously well to withstand the constant barrage of Leeds attacks. Drop out comes underneath the post, spins up the middle of the field, finds Kemp, and Kemp again finds Farrell, who drives forward up towards the 20-metre mark. Sheridan again goes himself, steps and brings Daryl Powell in, running the angle, coming back inside. Matthew. Leeds, that's the try line. You can see where Castleford has stood there, so Leeds within 8 metres, Sheridan's within 2 or 3 now. Looked all over the scorer again. Great defence from Castleford. Daryl Powell in at dummy half, bit of experience there. Kemp, good defence, well read by Mike Ford. He's got an old head on. Nobody at dummy half for Leeds, nobody at home. Allroyd steps, goes himself, puts the ball back inside for Morley. That was a try if Morley had taken the football. He couldn't take it, took his eye off it, knocks on, and the referee says it's a tap out on that 20-metre mark. And Morley just apologising to Allroyd. Castleford making a substitution. And that's big number 8, Jim McKell just driving forward. Leeds a bit of sleep at the moment, just impetus has gone out of the game. Leader needs a try from one side or the other to liven it up. Forward goes himself, drops off inside for Smith. Oh, big hit there from Harris. That's good defence from Iestyn Harris. Only Ireland as he went through the gap. Forward inside ball, Maloney working well now, the half-backs. And this is a lively spell from Castleford. Falls. Finds Smith again. Smith turning and twisting the ball back. Oh, puts a towering bomb up and is chasing himself. Well taken by Harris. Oh, made no attempt to get the football, to be fair. And Harris had it covered and took it really well. Sterling then comes down the middle of the field, looking for a way through. Sheridan. Powell. Masella running out wide, steps balls there off his right foot. Good play from Masella. Could have been a penalty there. Ford just pulling him down, having a smile to himself. Harris, Kemp this time. Can he get Blackmore away? He can't. Blackmore's looking to come himself. Plays a football. Kemp finds Allroyd. Little grubber kick through, chasing, picks it up himself. Well played from Allroyd. Steps out of one man. Oh, the ball's gone forward, and really, I don't know whether that was the last tackle, but Graham Allroyd did ever so well there. The ball sat up lovely for him. It was a well-judged kick, and but he threw a wild pass out, which has gone forward, and now it's going to be a heading ball at Castleford. And one or two of the Castleford players just asking how long there is left. The scramble forming. And Bowles will bring it away from the loose forward berth. He's to his feet. Ireland in mock exasperation. Appeals to the referee's good nature. He hasn't got one. And Maloney just brought down. Good play from Leeds and forcing the errors there from Castleford. Mather having to pull away. Good running though from Mather. Comes away well there and pushed in a touch on that far side, is he? In fact, it looks from here as though his backside was on the line, but the referee says it's okay. And again, a poor pass from Castleford. Picked up by Leeds, and so Castleford at the moment not wanting the football, throwing it anywhere. Two bad passes in that couple of plays there as Masella drives for the 20 metres. Referee's given a penalty. Will Harris kick for goal? At 18-6, you'd expect him to. This could certainly solve the game up as far as the Rhinos are concerned. If Castleford have anything left, I don't think they'll have much left at this time. So Harris then lines the ball upon that 20-metre mark. Just lines up the kick, important one for Leeds. Again, mean that Castleford have to score 3 times. Just creeps in the side of the upright there, while spinning round. So Leeds then 20, Castleford point 6. Referee again checks his watch. Plus the sole keeping of time is in the hands of the timekeepers. And Harris look to kick off again. And tied the game up, I think, for Leeds at 20 points to 10. Sad to see Castleford scoring 3 times now. 20 points to 6, should I say. See Castleford scoring 3 times. Smith, great defence, even at this late stage from Farrell. Mano will be running and working just as hard on 75 minutes as he's done on the first 5 minutes. Vols brought down. Flowers. Struggling, gets to his feet. Castleford using the attacking option to the left with Danny Orr. And this time Davis moves the ball forward, looking for a way through. No way through. Good defence from Daryl Powell. A couple of old men there on the field, or experience, should we say, been around a long time, and one not killing the other one there as he read it very well, did Powell. Diesel Sampson gets the football and he's given a penalty away. Kicks for touch. And Leeds a spot of defending to do then. And see how they cope with this Castleford attack. 16, Danny Orr taps the football. Davis, Sampson. Sampson's up to Sheridan, Farrell knocking him down. Oh, clever play from Castleford. That's Brad Davis looking to put Mather away. Mather, though, well wrapped up. Good defence from Leeds. It's Kemp, Blackmore in again. They've worked well together. Out on that right centre position. Vols. Short ball there from number 6, Francis Maloney. And Francis' legs pumping in the ground, but he's not really able to get across. Davis again. This time it's for Harland. Harland lifted up bodily from the floor, knocked down by Matthew. Just looking to move out wide. Good play from Leeds. Oh, there was something on there wide, and the player on that far side exasperated there that he didn't get the football. Last tackle then, Rolls for Ford. Ford puts the kick in, and Leeds will have to drop out this time. That's better play from Castleford, forcing the first error really in defence from Leeds. And Leeds will now, it's their turn to drop out. And not long left on the clock now. We approach the end of this game. Leeds all at 20 points to 6 lead, and they'll be going to the top of the table for Super League tonight for the first time since its inception. Of course, it all depends what happens in the other games tomorrow, Wigan and Halifax, as to whether Leeds would stay there on. Leeds a missed a tackle. That's good play running there, and Michael Smith's going in for the tries. He's kidded Harris again. Harris can't hold him up over the line. Right on the last minute there, Leeds missed a tackle. Even that was probably one of the first misses of tackles they've done all evening, and Smith just runs forward, and Morley allows him to step off his right foot, and he steps up now. You can see Holroyd and Marcel are coming in there to get him. He pushes them both off, and the cover is up quickly from Leeds, as it's been all evening. And Blackmore's chasing, cuts out the option of coming inside. He's got men in support. He looks to use Harland, but Sterling comes in to cut off that option, but he's too strong for Harris and forces his way over for a great individual try, probably the last play of the match. It's delightful for Castleford, and Davies kicks then. Spins that, is it coming near the post? It spins round, but not enough. That's waved away. And I think that's going to be the last play of the match as Leeds choke back. The referee runs off. Great win for Leeds then, 20 points to 10. They took the lead. It was 6-0 at half-time with Kemp try the Harris goal, and then Harris made it 8-0. And before we had any further play, Sheridan with 14-0. Vol scored to make it 46 with Davis's conversion, and then Harris try made it 18-6 before Smith made it 20 points to 10 after Harris had kicked a conversion. We'll leave you with Heading from Headingley then. Leeds 20, Castleford 10.